You're watching Up for Discussion. I'm your host, Calandra Flermius. Tonight, my guest is Conrad Clifton, a nice underground music artist here to discuss his music. Conrad, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Can you tell me what is underground music?
Underground music can be anything from hip hop to rock and roll to electronica. But from my point of view, it's more of DJ and production underground music.
Give me examples of some artists that perform underground music.
You could say that Diplo, 8-Track, Daft Punk started in electronic music and dance music. That kind of started underground, and now they're huge. You know, David Guetta.
I was watching, who's that? Britney Spears. You know, she used a lot of electronic music now.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to hear a little bit more of your song that I used for my opening today.
La Da Dee.
La Da Dee, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I always butcher that.
Yeah, La Da Dee.
So let me hear a little more La Da Dee. Now, we just heard La Da Dee. Tell me, what was you thinking about when you made that?
What I was thinking about, I was just trying to make a banger. Like, I was just trying to bang the club with this track.
So you saw in your head, like, the whole crowd,
Yeah.
they just moving, you know?
Well, you know, I didn't go that far into it. I really just wanted to make something that was hitting hard. You know, when I was making it, I was jumping all around the house myself because I was feeling so good about the track. So that's kind of what I was going for.
Wifey was jumping with you?
She heard it after it was done, and yes, yeah, she was jumping.
So tell me, how did it all get started for you with the music?
Wow. I played piano as a young child, and you know, from there, I started rapping. You know, when I was about 15. And then when I got older, you know, my very, very early 20s, like 19, 20, I started wanting to make my own music, you know, so I can make my own songs. So that's how it started. I started producing my stuff and producing stuff for other people. And so that's how I got started.
That's beautiful. Now, you said you was how old when you started piano?
I was probably 7.
Wow, I know your parents was like, stop that noise.
They the one that put me in class. They the one that started it. Yeah, they loved it though. I didn't love it so much, to be honest. I didn't want to practice. I wanted to be out playing basketball or something like that. But I'm glad they put me in it. You know, I wouldn't be here right now.
I tell you. Yeah. Now, I met you through DJing.
Yeah, yeah.
So tell me, what's going on with the DJing now?
The DJing, you know, as you heard, the track has morphed into me as an artist and not just DJing. So I'm DJing, but I'm playing my own stuff. And so it's a DJ producer, you know, combination.
Now, do you have a residency anywhere?
I don't have a residency yet.
Oh, you say you don't? Explain to people what a residency is.
A residency is basically when you have a guaranteed spot to play night after night at a certain venue.
So are you considered a mobile DJ?
I'm more considered a producer, DJ, artist. So when I book a show, when I book a show, I book it as, you know, myself playing my own music, you know, as opposed to a DJ only playing other people's music.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's more of an artist thing than it is a DJ thing.
So now, I heard one song there. What is the album that comes off of? What's the name
Album
of the
title is
album?
Picture in Picture.
Do I have
Like,
cover art for that, please?
oh
Picture
yeah,
in
Picture in
Picture.
Picture, yeah.
What made you come up with that name?
I felt like the music on the album had a duality, had kind of two opposing forces. So you have the lighter side and the darker side. You have like heavy rhythmic energy, and then you have lush chords on the top of that. So I really
I'm
like
looking
that.
at the picture,
Mhm.
and I see it kind of looks like the one that had the La
La Da
Da
Dee?
Dee
Mhm.
name on it.
Yeah.
So tell me about this picture.
Well, I did it like that so that I can separate the two. I put the single out first, and I got the artwork from a guy in Belgium, and his name is Victor Robin. He's in Belgium, and he did the full cover art for me. And I said I want to change it for specifically for the single, so I can put that out and give it more as a teaser. If you look at the single artwork, it's very, very close up. You can't make out the full image. There's lettering over the face. But if you look at the cover art, you get everything. There's no words, so everything is up to interpretation. It's up to your imagination as to what this feels like to you when you look at it.
I love the pictures that we've shown so far. There's a picture of you looks like you're standing on the roof. Can
I
you
am.
pull that picture
Yeah.
up again for me? He looks like he's standing on a roof. I love that picture. When
Oh,
I
wow,
first
thank you.
saw it, I really looked at it and I said, yeah, that's the Conrad I know right there.
Yeah, we shot that on our rooftop in Brooklyn, actually. My wife took the picture.
See, you didn't
Yeah,
tell me
yeah.
wifey was a photographer.
Yeah, she's in all kinds of
She
art
could have
stuff.
came here and took our picture
I know.
tonight.
I wish she could have. You know.
Oh, you got to tell
But yeah.
wifey I said hello.
I will.
And so, Conrad, tell me about the first event you ever played.
The first event, oh man.
First, tell me about the one that you played as a regular DJ, and then
Okay.
tell me about the first event where you put your own music out.
Yeah, the first as a regular DJ, I was very, 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 very nervous. I was so nervous that I had to try to plan what I was going to play. You know, now I never do that. I never plan what I'm playing anymore because it comes naturally. It comes easier that way. But I planned what I was going to do.
How old was you at that time?
Uh,
The very first one where you got the money.
like when I was actually DJing, getting paid for it, I'm gonna just say I was in my early 30s. So I'm not going to divulge too much information on y'all right now.
That's all right, because we do it for the love of the music.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna be doing this until, right before I put my foot in the grave, I'm gonna be spinning a record. So, yeah.
Now, the event that you played your music.
When I played my first music, the first time I played my own stuff, I was so happy about it because I don't know if they had cameras at this event, but I think they did, and I was able to go back and watch it. Either way, I recorded my set, so I was able to go back and listen to it. And the way that my stuff meshed with the other things that I was playing, it just felt so good, and people really enjoyed it. And when I'm able to do that, it puts me at this same level with the artists the other music that I'm playing with those artists. So, which is where I'm trying to be, at that level and greater. So that kind of transcended my experience, my being in that room. It took me further. It took me to my future as, as a great artist. That's kind of how I felt when I was able to play my music with those guys' music.
So, tell me, what was the very first album you ever bought?
The first album I bought? Oh, wow. Probably Wu-Tang, 36 Chambers.
Ooh, now that was serious right there.
Yeah, that's probably the first one I actually bought.
So,
Yeah.
any of your music now sound a little bit like that, Wu-Tang?
Actually, I think it might, a little bit. Yeah.
What other artists have influenced you besides Wu-Tang?
I listen to so much, as a DJ, obviously, I listen to so much music. I have influences from hip hop, that's usually my main influence, and then electronic and rock. So,
Name some artists.
well, Jay Dilla, has been one of my main influences.
Mhm.
He's like one of the greatest hip hop producers slash rappers that I feel like has been in the game. So Jay Dilla, Timbaland, Neptunes, but
I
on the
love Pharrell.
yeah, yeah.
I do. I
Uh,
love Pharrell. I think whatever he do,
yeah,
I think that's why Daft Punk's so successful. With
yeah.
that song.
He definitely
Yeah,
helped.
because if
But
he didn't put his little.
Daft Punk was killing things like already.
Yeah, but you see what
He
I'm saying.
added on to that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Once he put his little,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was like, ooh, it's gold.
It
now.
takes it like,
It's
it's like
platinum.
crossover at that point. Yeah, definitely.
It's platinum. So if I had your iPod, who
Mhm.
else would I hear?
You would hear a bunch of
Barbra-
random stuff.
Barbra Streisand.
No, no. But A-Track, a DJ producer, he did make a song called Barbra Streisand. But it's like it's a house jam though. But my stuff, I listen to all kinds of stuff. Right now I'm listening to the new MIA album that just came out. I'm listening to a lot of underground music, like we was talking about, a lot of underground, like Lloyd Raja, he's a producer. I just went to the Brooklyn Electronic Music Festival last night. It's all weekend this weekend. And Lunas, that whole Lucky Me family, like there's a lot of things that a lot of people haven't heard of
Yeah.
that I'm listening to.
Because I was about to say, I didn't even know the festival was
It's
around.
this weekend.
Wow,
yeah.
I might have to get out there.
Yeah.
Which day they ending? Tomorrow night or
Tomorrow
Monday
night, I think. Yeah, tomorrow night.
So I might try to get out
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
And,
It was
and
crazy.
see a little bit.
Yeah.
So now tell me a little bit about when you made the album. How was it received by people?
Well, after I finished the album, I initially tried to get it distributed by other record labels,
Mm-hmm.
which is very, very, very difficult. I had some interest, but they wanted me to change what I was doing. They liked my sound, but they wanted me to change it and gear it towards what they do on their label. And instead of doing that, I just decided I needed to do what's, true to me. So I put it out by myself. I put it out myself. And people received it very well. The fans that I had already really loved it, and I'm getting more followers every single day based off of this music. So I'm glad people like it.
Well, I'm glad there's opportunities now, because years ago we didn't have these kind of
Yeah.
opportunities to put our music out there like now.
Yeah.
Now there's places we can share it and get people to listen to it.
Mhm.
Like which website was that was created? I want to say Kaza.
Oh, right.
the
The sharing
Yeah,
website.
was that
yeah.
the one that was made specifically for music artists?
You
'Cause there
talking
was
about
one-
Napster, or you talking about Kazaa?
No.
Yeah.
Napster. That's it.
Okay.
Because Kaza, I forgot them. The one that's the
That came
website you
after.
got the viruses off. of.
Exactly. I got that too. Yeah. yeah.
Computer viruses.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
so I'm just like, eh.
You don't want to do that.
But yeah,
yeah.
Napster. Because a lot of people wanted to get their music out, and it's so hard to deal with record companies because they
Yeah.
have this idea of what you should do.
Or what you should do. Yeah.
And so now we have independent artists being able to just go on Facebook, go on YouTube.
Yeah. SoundCloud, that's huge right now. SoundCloud.
You utilize SoundCloud?
Very much.
What else
Very
you
much.
utilize?
Spotify, like all of these places you can find my music. SoundCloud, Spotify, Bandcamp, iTunes, Amazon. I sell my music at all of these online retailers. But then on SoundCloud specifically, you can go and hear things that are not for sale, things that you can download for free, and just listen to like DJ mixes that I've done and remixes to other songs that I've done. So I use that in conjunction with Facebook a lot, kind of giving my fans something to look forward to and give them something for free while they wait for the original productions.
So now, as you say, you're fans.
Mhm.
One thing I didn't know was that you did a little acting.
Oh yeah.
I really didn't. I didn't know
Yeah.
you did that.
Yeah.
And that was a while ago.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
And I have the trailer.
Okay.
Are we
all
ready
right.
with the trailer? Because I was shocked when I saw it.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Jackson Way, aka Ripper. But when it's all said and done, all my victims remember me as R.I.P.
Your music, it seems to have a lot of pain and passion behind it. I'm intrigued by where that comes from.
Don't you gotta at least win one to make this a rivalry? Why don't you tell how many times you beat me? 0. Ain't never gonna happen.
I think you're the best beat maker I've ever heard, so you might as well make some money off it.
From an executive producer of You Got Served.
The road to success and failure starts right here. This is the sign-ups for the beat battle.
It happens at night, underground.
Each winner, they win $10,000.
Just tell me what I gotta do.
All you gotta do is be ready and bring it.
When the beat drops,
Somebody's leaving a winner and somebody's leaving crying.
you better step up
I refuse to dumb down my sound for anybody.
or step off.
Look at him, scary.
I'm not scared of you, man.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it.
Step off.
I found a sound I was destined to create. Hip-hop at its purest form.
Now, I love the trailer. Now, tell me about it.
Oh wow, this was Step Off. It was filmed in Atlanta by Real One Entertainment and picked up by Lionsgate. And this was about my character. His name was Ripper, and he was a producer who just had a big chip on his shoulder. Nothing was going right for him. He just had a really hard life, and he almost gave up on his love, his passion, which was making music, until his friends came and gave him a shot at this big competition. You got to watch the movie for the rest, but it turns out really good for the guy. You kind of start rooting for him, and I really enjoyed making this movie because it was very different from who I really am in real life. He was very, very
It didn't
angry.
seem much different.
Yeah, but this guy is angry, like mad, all the time.
Mad. I can't even
at the
picture
world.
you.
This is what I'm
mad,
saying.
Conrad.
Yeah, so it was fun to play that. It was cool.
Tell me how they found you.
I actually did a documentary called Beat Makers with the same production team that put together this movie, and they asked me to come and read for the part. Yeah, and I did. I was really happy about it. They gave me a shot.
That's great. And I'm going to have to get that and watch it because that
Yeah.
totally surprised me.
Oh wow.
Because I had found the trailer online under Battle. Was there another name
Yeah,
at one time?
it was Battle in the beginning, and then once Lionsgate picked it up, they felt like it would sell better if they switched the name around. So
Were they right?
yeah, yeah. I mean, the trailer alone got over 100,000 views. So yeah, I think it's pretty good.
That's part of underground too, huh?
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah.
But tell me about some of the projects you may have going on.
Right now I'm working on a demo for a small record label in Cologne, Germany, and just working on demos for them to put out a record for them. And I'm working with a band called Cloud Fighter.
U.S. based or?
Yeah, here in Brooklyn, actually. Yeah, and it's I don't know if you're familiar with M83 or Mike Snow, but it's like a hybrid of electronic music and indie rock. So we have myself on production and another guy on guitar and bass, and the main guy who plays keys and sings. He's the lead vocalist. So Cloud Fighter, we're working on finishing up an EP and putting that out at the beginning of the year.
Are you working on anything for you?
Well, that's definitely for me, but like I said,
as a solo.
Yeah, the one for Modular Field Records is the record label out of Germany. That's the one I'm working on right now. Also working on some other demos for other smaller labels. But
So you're going to just be like Kanye, right?
well, Kanye is Kanye, I used to want to be like Kanye. I used to want to be like,
But then you woke up, right?
Yeah, I used to want to be Pharrell, But, I had to realize I had to be me.
Pharrell is not bad.
Pharrell's good, but I'm me, you know what I'm saying? I can't be anybody else.
But
and that's the
yeah.
most important thing,
Now tell me, because I know we jumped over to DJing early on.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get to do any of the battles?
I didn't. I
No?
did not.
Explain to them when I say battle.
Battles is I mean, the younger generation probably don't know about the
I
movie.
know, right?
The movie Juice. But it's, two DJs going head to head, battling with turntablism skills, scratching and cutting.
They don't even know what
juggling.
turntables are anymore.
Right. Turntables, the things that you call CDJs or platters on controllers used to be turntables with records that were kind of big. You youngins.
You said
You
kinda
youngins
big,
don't
right?
know. Yeah. So
no.
but I didn't
entry?
get to battle.
You
I
playing
didn't
that
get to
until?
battle. No, it's not. I mean, I learned, turntablism because I wanted to add something to my repertoire, basically, with DJing and producing. I wanted to bring something more to it.
And it
but
really does.
Yeah, it does. It
It
definitely
really
does.
Because just the sound effects that
Yeah.
you can make with that, plus any electronics.
Right.
What touchpad you use?
I have the S4, Tractor S4 is what I mainly use for my DJ setup, and then I add to that the Ableton Push when I want to add in my own production to to the performance.
So is the push portable?
It is, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
smaller than the S1?
It is. Actually, I have it.
You have it?
Yeah, like I
You should
carry.
have said something. We could have hooked it up and had a little performance
I mean, I could
going.
have did that. But yeah, it's all of this stuff is portable. That's what I love about it. I can take my performance anywhere.
It's wonderful. I'm
Yeah.
telling you. I enjoy it.
Yeah, yeah. So,
So,
yeah.
and tell me about, do you plan to do a record label for yourself one day?
I do. In the future, right now I'm building up my brand, my sound. Building a fan base and getting people to enjoy the music that I make. And then I do plan on bringing other artists to the forefront and
eyeing any
building
artists
something.
yet?
I have artists that I've worked with in the past that I'm still.
So got your eye on it?
Yeah, definitely.
Look, don't forget about me.
I ain't gonna forget about you. I ain't gonna forget about you.
Now, let me know how people can reach you.
All right. You can go to Facebook. It's probably the easiest thing to do. Facebook.com/Conrad Clifton Music. You can also go to SoundCloud. Again, SoundCloud.com/Conrad Clifton. You can go to my website if you want to download some music, if you want to get my original stuff. That's just ConradClifton.com.
Now, say that last one again.
ConradClifton.com.
Okay. So now, let's talk a little bit more.
All right.
Because music is just fascinating.
Yeah, definitely.
It really is just fascinating. And when we did the turntablism, right, tell people more about what turntablism itself is, what it entails.
Turntablism. All right, so you have DJing, and normally DJs have two turntables, two records that they go from one song to the next, two records and a mixer that you can switch from the left record to the right record. This is basic DJing. When it comes to turntablism, you are now using these as an instrument where you can play one song on this record And while this record, you're using your hand, you're scratching the record to create different effects on this record while this one is playing. So you're adding something to this other song. Further than that, you can juggle the beats on each record. You can go back and forth. You can scratch with both hands. You can do so many things. And if you look at these videos of the competitions, the battles, you'll see these guys, you know, they spinning around, you know, they scratching with their elbow, they nose, they doing all kinds of stuff. So that is turntablism.
And now you know, you said a lot. When they ask me what turntablism is, I say, oh, that's when you just do tricks and things.
Yeah, that too.
You
Yeah.
know, quick
Yeah,
tricks
quick.
and things, you know.
Okay. Ain't nobody gonna know what I'm saying if I just say that.
But then they get the idea
Yeah.
with the foot.
With the foot and all. Yeah, I know.
But I want to thank you, Conrad, so much for
Oh,
stopping
Candy,
by
thank you.
today and talking with us and telling us all about your music and stuff.
Wow.
I
Thank
want
you.
to listen to another song. It's called
Black
Blacklight.
Light,
You know,
yeah.
I was telling you, I call it backlight all the time.
I know.
but
It's Black Light, yeah,
Right?
yeah.
I want people to hear that as we go out. All
Okay,
right? So
cool.
really, thank you so much, Conrad.
Thank you.
Let's hear that black light.